This is my 1973 Toyota Hilux that I stuffed a big old V8 into, put on a four-wheel drive chassis, and turned it into a little beast. And 1 year ago, I outfitted this thing by throwing a rooftop tent on it, fixing it up as a two-wheel drive 18R, and took it on a 750-mile road trip. So 1 year later, we're gonna take this thing on a very similar road trip in northern New Mexico. We're gonna take this thing camping. We're gonna go over the good, the bad, and the ugly of 1 year of ownership of this thing after 3 months of grueling work and about 10,000 miles. And we're actually gonna be upgrading to a hard shell rooftop tent. So let's get to work. Here you got the hard shell rooftop tent. It's a clamshell and bed rack we're gonna be using on the Hilux. If you've been following the channel, you might notice this is the one that was on the white pickup truck. Well, unfortunately, it was kind of destroying the bedside. This bedside is not as stout as they were built in the 70s, so we had to take it off. I'm gonna need to build an entire new bed rack for that thing, but this bed rack works great on this Hilux, so we're gonna bolt it up and hope the same thing doesn't happen. You know what the best part is? We don't know for sure that this bed rack spacing is gonna work on this bed. Viewers at home, that's called foreshadowing. Ready?
I think so.
Can you turn it 90 degrees? Yeah. All right, can you get it for a sec or no? I'm still kind of helping, that's okay though. Let's throw this thing open. We got to put the ladder and bars back in it, make sure it's good to go and opens without any clearance issues. And then we can throw all our gear in here and hit the road. I heard stuff falling and hitting the glass, and I thought it was this hitting the glass and breaking, and I was tragically scared and sad because this is not an easy window to find. It makes it look bougie. I got a hard shell. Like always, we're running behind, but that is what it is. We're packed up, ready to go, got the dogs in here, got everything we should need for tonight and tomorrow. We're gonna go fill up with gas and then hit the road and find our camp spot. We don't know where we're camping yet. Neither of us have ever camped near Santa Fe. So we're just gonna try and find an off-grid campsite that seems nice, level, and a place that dogs can run around for a little while. Like a lot of you guys, we don't have a ton of time to go do stuff like this, so we're gonna do a one-day trip. We're gonna go up, camp tonight, do a color loop tomorrow, and then head back home. Should be really fun though. And that's just what we did. We got some gas, hit the road, and drove into the night until we found a cool campsite out of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Setting up camp in the dark always sucks, but I will say, a hard shell rooftop tent makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker. Tucker. Not only is it easier and quicker to set up, but it is also easier and quicker to break down than a soft shell. I am really happy we upgraded to the hard shell.
All right, so we camped here in just like a random pull-off. It was dark, and unfortunately, we couldn't find like a really cool scenic camping spot. But that's okay, because today we're gonna go see a bunch of really cool stuff, some stuff that I've never seen in the fall, some stuff Chloe's never seen in the fall, and hopefully we have a good time. Let's hit the road.
But first, a little morning pick-me-up, as well as a session of editing so we can get some work done while we're on the road. After that, we can get out of town, hit the back roads, see some really cool scenery, and start exploring more of northern New Mexico. Unlike last year's two-wheel drive trip, this year we didn't have to stop for gas near as much because we have a bigger tank and get comparable fuel mileage to the 4-cylinder with our big old V8. Not having range anxiety is awesome.
It's a Camel! We're currently on a back road between Santa Fe and Taos, just kind of seeing some really cool stuff. This morning we had no idea what our plan was, and we kind of looked around and started looking up ways to get to Taos in the area we were going to, which is the Ring of Fire in northeastern New Mexico. And we found what they call the High Road, which is a series of back roads that go between Santa Fe and Taos. And we were headed that way. We figured this will be great. It's pretty popular apparently. Well, we stopped at a local grocery store, met a guy named Jeremy. He was really cool. We told him what we were doing, and he said, hey, if you're doing that, skip that road completely and use these other back roads. We're doing 25 now. He said they're little itty bitty back roads through the mountains, and we're gonna come up on a really cool little village, and that it's way cooler than the more traveled path. So that's what we did, and we're kind of having a good time. 30 mile an hour. This is some back road stuff. 25, 30. This is awesome. I'm really enjoying it, and hopefully we can see some cool stuff. It's what our goal is to see cool stuff. I don't care if we see a ton of colors. I'd rather see a bunch of cool stuff, whatever it is.
Just then, we started rolling into the tiny community of Cundio in Santa Fe County, and it was absolutely beautiful. I love going through little communities like this. It really gives you a glimpse of what small town America is, and I'd love to explore more communities like this all across the country.
What happened?
I'm here to regretfully inform that I have broken the window. I was rolling it down to look at the dogs and
What don't?
it does not roll up or down anymore. Just free flowing.
Might be an adventure. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain.
It's stuff like this that both adds to the challenges and thrilling adventure of owning a 50-year-old vehicle.
I'll be the first to admit, I didn't expect to see stuff this cool in New Mexico. The road here is, I mean, I call it cool. Some people would probably say run down and crappy and it needs updated, but I think it's awesome that we're practically off-roading in order to go down this mountain road that goes to these tiny villages in the middle of nowhere. It's really cool. And we're also not that in the middle of nowhere, but also it feels desolate and isolated and awesome. And I wouldn't mind being in this area more. I honestly underestimated the appreciation I would have for this part of New Mexico. What? Dump truck is mobbing. I was gonna get out of his way. As we get further into the day and the temperatures start to rise, the biggest flaw in the Hilux starts to rear its ugly head. Heat management. And I'm not talking the engine overheating or the transmission having problems. I'm talking about the fact that the cab in the Hilux gets extraordinarily warm with the combination of drivetrain and exhaust heat. With no way to fit air conditioning in the cab, let alone in the engine bay, it feels like a problem I'm never going to be able to properly resolve, and it makes driving the truck in the summertime a lot less enjoyable. Pulled over to get gas, and we're going to assess the window. It looks, when you look in there, if it'll focus, it just fell off the track in there. So we're gonna go ahead, pull this door card off real quick, try and get it set up in there, put back on the track, and we'll be able to roll the window up again, which will be cool because it's not like super cold, but it's not warm. Let's see. Get this thing set back in on the track. So,
just don't touch it very much.
Yeah, the less it touches, the less it'll have issues. As long as you push it down while it's rolling down, and then, yeah, traffic. Look at that, a door card, more importantly, a window that rolls up. All right, let's hit the road. Also got a full tank of gas. You would never know because I still haven't hooked the gas gauge up. And as we started climbing further and further into the mountains, one of the biggest attributes of this truck came across. With the V8, it has no lack of power, and it is super comfortable even at 10,000 feet climbing in elevation. I absolutely cannot stress enough how much more power this has than the old 18R that could barely do 60 miles an hour downhill. On top of that, these rundown New Mexico roads really tested the four-wheel drive suspension, and this thing is so much more comfortable than it was on the blown out, clapped out 55-year-old suspension from the two-wheel drive chassis. Seriously though, we genuinely hit more construction and crappy roads than I thought I could possibly hit on a 500-mile trip. Luckily, with coil springs on all four corners of the 4Runner chassis and 33-inch tires, none of the rough roads were a big deal, and before long we were onto smoother trails where we were headed to a little state park that we heard had a picturesque little lake. This is Morphy Lake State Park, and holy cow, they weren't lying. It is absolutely gorgeous. So we got out, hung out with the dogs for a little while, and had a good time. Unfortunately, we couldn't stay forever. We had to hit the road out of here and get headed home. One of my favorite things about the V8 and the Hilux and this entire drivetrain is it is just so reliable and comfortable, whether we're doing highway miles or off-road. With the 18R, I was constantly burning oil, checking oil, and just couldn't keep up with simple traffic. So we're just gonna ride off into the sunset with our V8 swapped Toyota Hilux.